about your father's model collection, basically. You're now looking to move this on, and you're looking for a new home. So if you can just tell us a little bit more of the history of how your father came to build his collection.
My father moved to Stratford in 1979 and started building railway models of Stratford not long after we moved here. One of those models, the first one he built, has already gone and has been collected by the people at Didcot at the Great Western Railway Centre, so that has been found a home. Mm-hmm. This one here that you see behind me is the last model he built. Very few people have seen it because it was only finished during lockdown not long before his death, and we desperately want to try and find it a home, as it is a representation of Stratford as it was in the 1840s.
And so you've got the original the basin as we know today, but also this part of an extended basin that probably nobody knows was there, or many people wouldn't know was there. How did he come to create this in so much detail? He must have done a lot of research.
It took him around about 10 years to build this, and a lot of that time was not construction, it was research. The model predates 1850s, predates photography, so there were no pictures of what this was like. So he spent an awful lot of time in the records office and elsewhere looking at old plans, diagrams, even paintings of the area to be able to reconstruct what would have been there during that time, which, as you can see, was far more industrial than the pleasant gardens that the tourists like to visit today. The second basin was filled in, I don't know precisely when, but it now forms the main part of the gardens running up to the theatre.
How many years' work is represented in this house from your father?
Around about 40 years' work in total went into these models.
And you've found a home for one of the models at Didcot, I understand?
That is correct, yeah.
So that's looked after. So ultimately, where would you like this to go?
I would like this to stay in Stratford. It is a unique piece of Stratford history, took an awful lot of research to produce, and it deserves to stay in Stratford if somebody is prepared to give it a home. I'm not trying to sell it, I just want it to have somewhere where people can see it and enjoy it and learn from it.
Because there is so much history represented here that perhaps many people aren't aware of.
No, that's absolutely true. Stratford is obviously synonymous with Shakespeare, but Shakespeare didn't drive the development of the town. How it's laid out, what it looks like now, was all down to its industry, which this model demonstrates.
Well, let's hope you find a new home for it. Thanks very much.